Hello everyone in MedicalScribe. I'm Tarar Haidar, student at Baghdad Medical College. In the previous video, we talked about the first type of the sweaty glands, which is the Apocrine sweaty gland. We talked about its structure and the sweat that's secreted by these glands, while today we will talk about the second type of the sweaty glands, which is the Apocrine sweaty gland. The Apocrine sweaty gland is a long, spongy, and tubular structure. This gland is larger than the apocrine gland and extends from the lower dermis till reaching the hair follicle where it opens. So the apocrine gland, unlike the apocrine gland, open on the hair follicle, not on the skin surface. Alright, this type of glands exist in special regions, such as the armpit, the nipple and areola, and we found it around the anus and in the external genitalia, and we may find it in the scalp. And these glands may be modified in some body regions in order to perform its functions. For example, the ciliary glands in the eyelids will secrete lipid that decrease tear evaporation. The ceruminous glands, which found in the ear canal, will secrete the earwax. And the mammary glands, which found in the breast, will secrete the milk. Okay, these glands appear in the human late in fetal development, but still inactive till reaching puberty, when they enlarge and begin their function in response to the hormones that are produced in this period. Then, the secretion process will be regulated by the sympathetic nervous system. Good. This apocrine gland, like the apocrine gland, will be consist of two parts, the secretory portion and the duct portion. So, regarding the secretory portion of the apocrine gland, it's a coiled structure, exists in the lower dermis as we said. And we can say that the secretory portion will consist of two types of cells, which are the cells that secrete sweat and surrounded by the myoepithelial cells. These cells look like the smooth muscle and when contract will help in the secretion of the sweat. This is regarding the secretory portion. While the duct portion, which is the second part of the apocrine gland structure, it will open on the hair follicle and composed of one layer of cells. So that we're all about the apocrine gland structure. So, after we talked about the apocrine glands and we explained its structure, now we will talk about the sweat that's secreted by these glands. In general, the sweat of these glands is an odorless fluid initially. Keep that in your mind, that when the gland will secrete sweat, it will be odorless and composed of water, proteins, lipids, carbohydrate, sodium chloride, and other materials. So after its secretion from the secretory portion and reaching the hair follicle by the duct portion, here it will be mixed with the sebum that is produced by the sebaceous gland. After that, it will reach the skin surface. And notice that when the sweat will reach the skin surface, it will attain its pungent odor. This occurs because the bacteria on the skin surface will degrade the sweat by its method, and as a result, the sweat will attain its odor. Alright, now we have to know that the sweat which is secreted by these apocrine glands will not secrete it in response to the high body temperature or in response to the hot environment like the apocrine glands. Here, the sweat will be secreted mainly because of the emotional state of the person, such as anxiety, stress, fear, and sexual stimulation. So because of that, the main functions of this sweat are not fully known, but they found that the sweat will make two functions. The first one is the pheromone secretion, which represented by the body odor that may influence the social and the sexual attraction. The second function is that the sweat will have lubricating materials that decrease the friction that harm the skin. So these were almost everything about the apocrine sweaty glands. And that's it. I hope what I said makes sense. See you next video and goodbye.